So you have probably already seen the new trailer for my game, but as you probably have noticed, there's not much in here. So today I am going to show you around my project and add some content to it, so let's get to work. What I have in my game for now is a blacksmith's forge, a simple village and a miner's house. The game is a simulator as the name suggests, and so the main goal of the game is to forge more and more powerful weapons. There are a lot of different ores and types of weapons, such as for ores copper, platinum or steel, or for weapons swords, knives, axes and hammers. The game is not all about sitting in your forge for hours, but also about exploring the world and interacting with strangers and villagers, as shown in my trailer. I have a lot more mechanics planned to be added, but I'm not going to show you all of those in one video, because it would just ruin the fun. But you have read the title, and so today we are going to implement a new mechanic to the game: blueprints. All my fellow prison architect gamers probably already know what I'm talking about. Basically, there will be a net of blueprints of weapons which you can unlock for points obtained by leveling up. The blueprints cannot be unlocked randomly, but in a certain order made by the connections of the net. Basically, a blueprint cannot be unlocked before the blueprint before hasn't been unlocked. So what are the blueprints even for, you may ask? Well, you cannot forge a weapon or smelt a certain ore before researching it. And what I mean by researching it, I mean unlocking the blueprint. So the blueprints are necessary for progressing in the game. Okay, so to implement the system itself, we need to have a way to access it within the game. I had mainly two ideas, which were a research table or a scientist NPC that you can talk with. The second idea also comes the problem of creating a house for the NPC, but as it is very easy with the use of Unity's tile map system, at the end I decided to implement both of these ideas and I got to work. First of all, I had to add a new building to the village using the Unity's tile map system. It wasn't a hard task, you did it. I decided that the house will be round, because all my other buildings in the village are very boxy and it wouldn't look too good for all of them to be this way. Then I added some details to the outside of the house to make it look a little better, and then the outside of the house was finished. Then I had to make a new scene in Unity, and there create the inside of the lab. I had to make it round, so it wasn't as easy as it seems, but still the Unity tile map system helps a lot. With the use of it, the whole building was ready. Then again, I added details, but this time on the inside. Then I had to make an enormous table, and so I hopped into Sprite and got to work. My asset pack already had a table I wanted to use, so I only had to make it longer. Then, to actually make it look like a research table, I added a blue and white piece of paper on top of it. Okay, so you have seen the title of this video, and I know what you want to see, so here it is. The scientist is coming to life. Well, not yet, because I had to make the animations and place for the sprite first, but he's here. After making all the necessary animations, I started working on the AI for the scientist. Of course, after creating the miner with its own AI, it should be an easy task, right? Right? Alright, so now I had to somehow introduce the player to the blueprint system, so I recorded the entire dialogue system for the scientist, and now he talks. So, as I said in the beginning of this video, the player has to level up to gain the research tokens, but well, I just realized that we don't have any XP system yet, so I did what every normal person would do, and I started speedrunning this shit and it worked. Yep, this easy, now you can call me a speedrun pro. So then, after creating the NPC and the EXP system, I finally got to work on the main blueprint system. First of all, I needed a couple of new graphics for the UI, and so I made them in Sprite. To achieve this blueprintish look, I only used blue and white colors, so the only problem I encountered at this stage was that I couldn't decide on the look of the blueprint token. I had an idea of a lab flask and a magnifying glass, but the flask looks a little sus, if you know what. And so I settled on the magnifying glass. Right, so as usual I kinda messed up because I forgot to record the process of making the UI itself, but I don't think it's such a big deal because I only placed like a couple of sprites. So yeah, sorry, and I joined the video from here. After not recording for like 10 minutes, I had to create a couple of these sprites, and then I added this outline of the double X to the blueprints, so you actually can unlock it. I had to implement a whole new weapon, so you have actually something to unlock, if that makes sense. Then I implemented this little rollout tile to the anvil in the forge, so we can actually forge the double X, and then I added the double X itself. After some finishing touches, the double X was fully connected to the blueprint system and the forge, and I officially announced them finished. Okay, so guys, this will be everything for this devlog. I hope you enjoyed it. Now is the holidays where I live, so I had some time to make this video, but as the school year starts, I will probably have less time to work on this game as I am a student. A new video should arrive in a month or two, so stay tuned and subscribe so you won't miss it.